chase moped criminals because they don't feel they have enough support from their senior colleagues if something goes wrong. The problem has become particularly acute in London, where more than 16,000 moped-related crimes were committed last year, a threefold increase over the previous 12 months. Our Home Affairs correspondent Mark White has given exclusive access to the Met's specialist task force tackling moped criminals.
In broad daylight, in the heart of London's theatre district, 4 criminals on 2 mopeds are robbing unsuspecting members of the public. A passing motorbike equipped with an onboard camera gives chase. Joining the chase, one of those who's just been robbed. But like so many moped criminals, the gang easily managed to slip through the traffic and away. On the streets of Islington in North London, we're with a team from Scotland Yard's Moped Crime Task Force and about to stop one rider driving erratically. It was in this borough where moped-enabled crime first rose to prominence several years ago. It has now reached epidemic proportions, impacting almost every London borough. In the backyards of many police stations are dozens of recovered stolen bikes used in crime. More than 16,000 moped-related crimes in London last year alone. In South London, another team's en route to a moped robbery.
Victim's been approached by 2 males on a moped. Subsequently snatched his belongings out of his hand. Seems to be his phone.
At the scene, the victim is left shaken and without his mobile phone. The moped criminals are long gone. The job of catching them frustratingly difficult for the police.
It is a challenge for us to actually slow the mopeds down or stop them because of the speed that they are going at, the time we get to the calls, because most of the time people are having their phones taken, so it takes time for them to call us to tell you the offence is happening. So of course we go to a location and in fact the moped's already 5-6 miles away by the time we get there, so it makes it more difficult and they know that.
By far the most popular targets for moped muggers are those on mobile phones. Even though the devices can be locked, there's a big market for phone parts like screens and batteries. Peter Verdi had his phone snatched in central London.
I noticed the same thing happening to another guy. So there's a guy in a pink shirt and they snatched his phone. And at that point I was very close by and I was ready to knock one of the guys off of his moped with my bag. But out of concern for the contents of my bag, I decided against that.
These 2 are in the process of trying to steal another bike. They have not the slightest concern when challenged by passers-by.
I've got you, you thief!
Moped criminals are becoming increasingly brazen, often challenging police to chase them. But Sky News has been told increasing numbers of officers are deciding not to pursue moped suspects for fear they won't have the full support of senior officers if the chase ends badly and someone is hurt.
There's lots and lots of factors that we have to take into consideration. You know, these people don't drive these mopeds in a safe manner. They make the pavements, they take their crash helmets off. These are all factors that my colleagues have to really think very carefully. Do I want to continue pursuing this person? Because it can make me, as a police officer, very vulnerable.
In South London, moped criminals fled after crashing this bike they were trying to steal into an oncoming car.
Most of the mopeds that are used in the moped-enabled crime are stolen, so yeah, I mean this is a high-powered motorbike. It can be sold to the highest bidder to then start moving drugs around with firearms and all sorts of stuff. You know, it's hard to stop, very hard to stop their children at the end of the day. You know, we're not going to start chasing them up. It's like taking their helmets off. See this cancelled straight away.
Police are adapting their tactics, using helicopters instead of direct pursuits. Also CCTV, fingerprints and other forensics to identify criminals later. But while they wait for the law to catch up with them, the moped criminals are out on the streets in ever-increasing numbers. They are a growing and dangerous threat to the public. Mark White, Sky News.
The most senior family judge